Hello, I am Yukaberry and this is Long Live the Axe, a wonderful game made by Ouch on itch.io. This is quite possibly my favorite speed game, a nice little Metroidvania, pretty short. I'm going to be showing off 100% because it gets to show off a considerable portion of the game, and also the final boss is considerably easier. We're going to be playing on easy difficulty because that allows us to have extra money so that we can actually do 100% without spending a ton of time grinding. And easy mode will also allow us to kill enemies faster because they have less health on easy mode. So let's get right into it. I'm going to roll right out of bed. And we're off. So with 100%, we're going to be collecting all of the major collectibles. The only collectible we're not going to be getting all of are keys, which are just used to open doors. So that means all of these friends that we're picking up right here, as well as all suitcases, which allow us to store extra weapons, all meat, which gives us extra health, all strongers, which makes us stronger with our weapon attacks, and yeah, that's what we're picking up. So I'm going to be doing some slick movement right here to get past these first couple of rooms. Need this sword in order to cut down this tree to get a key. So you can see me running here. There used to not be a run mechanic in the game. You used to have to roll everywhere, which made it slightly more interesting for speedrunning, but made it a lot more annoying just in general. So don't have to do that anymore. Now, there's all these different weapons in the game, and they all do slightly different attacks, so I'm going to be showing off what you can do, which is like that. You can go straight out of bounds and skip a whole bunch of the game. Now, with the sword and other weapons like that, you can do attack hovers that are pretty decent. Some weapons you can't really attack hover at all with, but most of them you can. We are going to be getting a weapon that's going to be really useful, called the Holy Sword, which is going to let us completely break open the game. And just going to kill some skeletons, and that'll do. Just need a bone in order to open up a door coming up. And we're going to pick up some money because we're going to need it later in the run. That's one of the reasons we're doing easy mode. And yeah, this door right here need a bone in order to get in, so unfortunately I got the worst bone in terms of getting through these blocks because the attack on this bone is quite small. So most of the meat that's in shops I am going to be picking up. There is one shop towards the end of the game that I'm not going to be bothering to pick up anything because it's oh boy, there we go. Yeah, there's one shop that has infinite meat, so we don't consider that necessary for 100%. It's all unique meats. There's our first stronger, so that makes us stronger with weapon attacks. And a little bit of sloppy movement there, but not a really big problem. And I don't need that, so I'm just going to toss it. Alright, and we're coming up to the first of the danger rooms. Whoops. Which is going to be these, where normally you're meant to fight through all of the enemies. This is actually the only danger room, one of two danger rooms, actually, that we're going to be completing normally. All of the other danger rooms we're going to be able to skip with the Holy Sword, as you'll see. Now I'm just picking up all of the keys that are absolutely necessary. There's a bunch of keys that we don't need, so those I'm not going to be picking up. Oh, okay. Oh boy. There we go. A little bit of sloppy movement, not really a problem. So as for the plot of this game, I don't actually know it. It's something to do with, like, there's this guy who's being a bully, so you go beat him up, and then the ocean starts invading. It happens. But this is a fantastically fun game. I would highly recommend to everyone to check this game out. It is my favorite speed game. It's a ton of fun. Alright, and we're coming up to our first boss soon. I'm just gonna grab some money. And our first suitcase is gonna be with that boss. Suitcases will allow us to store weapons, which will allow us to keep the Holy Sword throughout the entire game, which you're not really supposed to do. Basically, I'm pretty sure the developer intended for you to use the Holy Sword for just like a brief period of time and then use up its durability. All of the weapons have a set number of durability. We're actually going to be, trying to preserve the Holy Sword's durability so that we can use it against the final boss, because it will make the final boss very fast. But in order to do that, it means that we can't actually hit any enemies with the Holy Sword. And nice fast kill on Tomb Guard. Nice gold split on Tomb Guard. So yeah, for some reason killing that thing brings us inside this thing. I don't know what's going on in this game, but it's a ton of fun. And that's what matters. The guy who introduced me to this game, Rare-like, pretty sure he knows some of the plot. I certainly don't. I've tried to figure it out. So this is the second of the danger rooms, and you will see how we're just going to use the Holy Sword to skip right past it. Just going to hover right over here, and we're out. And that's going to be all of the danger rooms throughout the entire rest of the run are going to be like that, where we just hover on out with the Holy Sword. There is one exception, where it's a danger room that the exit is to the left instead of to the right. And basically, if we try to hover out to the left, nothing happens. So, whoops, wrong direction. That little hard-to-see friend over there. It's going to be... We're actually only going to be using the friends once. There's a single friend who we're going to be using, and let's see if we can get fast kill. Oh boy, we're not getting fast kill on Elderbot. Sometimes, if you punch Elderbat hard enough... Oh, there he goes. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why that happens, but it does. Oh. Alright, I need this fish. So, now we're under the sea. I don't know why, but you go into the ocean, and we're going to be coming up to a ship called the SS Beans, which is where we are going to fight Ironmind, the bully from the beginning. But first, we need to pick up a suitcase, and some meat, and steal a sword from a giant crab, because that's what you do. Now, with the water movement, certain other weapons are going to be much more useful to use than the Holy Sword, like the spear, or lance, rather, which is going to allow us to go downwards in the water very quickly. But the sword that we're about to steal from this giant crab is going to do even better, and it's going to do a whole ton of damage. So, okay, let's go. Skip right out of there. I gotta say, I do not hate the movement in this water level, which, for those of you who know water levels, that is high praise. So because of the fact that we're picking up all of the strongers in the game, a lot of these bosses are going to go by super quickly. Like, we're just going to be doing a lot more damage than normal, because this is easy mode when the health is already set to lower, and also just the amount of strongers we've got is a little insane. Okay, now we are aboard the SS Beans. Gonna make a quick stop over here to go take care of this danger room. And then we'll be back to go fight the chef. Let's eat. And this is why we got this sword. And we're going to come down here and get another sword. Not that sword. I don't need that sword. This sword. Casca's Edge. Very nice sword. And this sword is going to be useful for taking care of Iron Mind. But first, we need to run all the way down these docks to Melontown. We'll come back to Melontown later when there's more enemies around, but for now, there's all these robots. I've always wanted to see the world. So now we're in Melontown. And we're not welcome in Melontown, apparently. But this guy met his spouse in Melontown. There goes Fever Man with their trusty error. Yeah, so this time during just running past all of these guys, not a whole lot going on. Perfect time for donations or whatever, but the weather is bad here in Melontown. I'm afraid I'll never kiss the hook. I'm not sure what that means, but go read Cat's Cradle. So here we are going to pick up a Batwing. Very useful item for later, because it has a projectile, which we'll be able to use to get a meat later on. And here we have all the money. So, we are going to just grind for money in this room, because this is where the most money is. We need 360 money. And that power-up spawns a whole bunch of times, but we only need to get it once, because just picking up further times doesn't actually give you anything more, it just wastes time. Alright, so we have enough money, so now we can go through here to the shop. We are back aboard the SS Beans. There's a couple more items that we have to pick up over here, but first we'll be grabbing this stuff from the shop. And now we can go. So I got that stronger already. There's a meat hiding in one of these chests over here. And we don't need any more money, so I'm just going to be grabbing this key, and off we go to fight Iron Mind. Now, you're not really supposed to get to Iron Mind this way, but we need our keys, so why waste one? And there goes Iron Mind. Nice quick fight. Oh wow, saved a lot of time on the Iron Mind split. Not sure how I did that. Ooh, hello. That's not what I meant to do, but you know what? Whatever works, right? Alright, and coming up here, I'm just gonna do some quick... okay, good enough. We need this nail, which is going to be useful for later. Don't need it immediately, but yeah. There's a particular spot at the end of the game where we're going to be using the nail in order to maneuver through some very difficult stuff. The nail has the most precise movement of all of the weapons in the game in terms of your vertical movement, so we are going to be using that to get through some very tight spots. But first we need another sword. Okay, let's go. My weapon management is not great, so... But here's Nameless Fisherman, and there goes Nameless Fisherman. I have 3 keys right now, which means I do not need to grab the treetop key, which is good because... So I've been switching around my my routing lately, so I always forget which keys I need to grab and which ones I don't, but I'm pretty sure with 3 keys at this point... Oh, that is not... I do not want that axe. I don't really want that knife either, but better than the axe, I guess. Yeah, for a game called Long Live the Axe is basically the one weapon you never want. Okay, and here's where we're using the Batwing. Oh, come on, give me your dagger. There we go. Thank you. Oh, and I need this. Almost forgot about this. Alright. Alright, and here we are at Assassin 1. And Assassin 1 has decided to be mean. Still a gold split. Nice, I take those. And here we are at Hermit's Promise. Oh boy, hello. So this is the other danger room that I was telling you about that we cannot skip. For some reason there are these ghost cats that we need to kill. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're ghosts. And we get Hermit's Promise, which gives us a block button. Allows us to block attacks, but it is very detrimental for the speed run because doing down and the jump button is how we do our roll, and this makes rolling very annoying because holding down is the block button, which you can't move while you're blocking. So alright, now we have this little puzzle where we have to bring the colored bats over to these doors. And we combine some colors. And here we actually don't need to worry, even though we freed the blue bat, which would normally make this white instead of yellow. Because of the fact that it's the last one to come in, it doesn't actually go. Alright. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's unfortunate. Normally I would have grabbed an extra dagger, but I had to run back to get it this time. Whoa. Yeah. Alright, sloppy Mr. Fist fight, but we got through it. That's what matters. So now we are in the home stretch. We are headed off to the final boss, who is, of course, a giant fish. And we have managed to preserve all of our Holy Sword durability. This is the shop I was mentioning that has the infinite meat. Don't require those for 100%. And just have to run past all these ducks and oxen for some reason. Yeah, I roll past those projectiles because they stagger you if you just run straight into them, which is very slow. And now for the hardest room in the entire game. So, everything in this room is a one-hit kill. Doesn't matter how much health you have, everything in here is a one-hit kill. And that's why we have the nail, because that'll allow us to maneuver quite a bit better. I'm going to be very careful here. Alright, alright. Yeah, it's hard to get through this on the first try. Obviously, in my record, I do have it as the first... Oh, okay, hello. Accidentally jumped instead of rolling, but... Yes, in my record, I have it as a first try spike room, but that's not really realistic to count on. So... we do have to get all of the meat in this spike room, so... Okay. Whew! Alright, there we go. Spike room done. Alright, that's the hard part of the game over. Now we're just off to the final boss. Do a little wrong warp there. And this skips us all the way to the final boss, where we're going to use our good friend the rattlesnake, which will give us double damage on our weapon attacks, which will allow us to kill the final boss fairly easily. Oh, hello. There we go. And we're off. This is the end of the game. Chain of being has been broken, world as was will not come, no new order, no new chain, the axe remains, the axe remains. You used to not be able to talk to these guys back when you had to roll through all of this, but that's long live the axe. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. It's a wonderful little gem of a game, not enough people know about this. It's a delightful casual playthrough, it's a wonderful speed game, best speed game I've ever played, certainly. I just love it to death. So, please check it out. Thank you very much.